Hey yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Nah, it's your boy Trevor Young, and today I want to share my life story, my experiences from the things that I saw growing up, that's made me the person who I am today. So from my mess to a message to inspire. So from my mess to a message to inspire. So I hope there is someone out there who I can speak to, and I hope someone can relate to my story, and that know that I'm always here no matter what, so yeah, hit me up. Me growing up, I grew up with split parents. My mum lived out in West, my dad lived out in South, and I was just going back and forth, seeing Dad in the weekends. He lived out in South Auckland, my mum lived out in West Auckland, and I was just going back and forth, from west to south, south to west, and and spending time with one parent and missing the other, and vice versa. Times like those were hard for me. I was too young to understand and know what was going on. I didn't know nothing. And those were one of my darkest moments growing up, and that's made me the person who I am today. And I love my parents to bits. I love them, just for everything that they've blessed me with, So yeah, that's my story about growing up with my parents. And that's when my stepdad came on board. He's one amazing man, and one of the most inspirational people that I've met in my life, and I'm thankful that he came across my life. He's evolved me as the person who I am today. Growing up I was shy, I wasn't a motivational speaker. I was scared and all that kind of stuff, and he's really I guess he's really motivated me, and he's pushed me, to be someone. So yeah, I love my stepdad to bits. And so growing up, I was trying to find who I was, my identity, who I am. I was always trying to put on all of these face and masks, and hiding the real pain inside. Like it was like a portrait, I guess, like a painting or something, like the frame. But then, the frame, the portrait looks beautiful when you see it from afar, but when you go up to it and you see all these cracks, all these little cracks and everything, that was like me. I looked happy, from afar, but when you really get to know me, I'm the most sensitive person that I know. It was just, it's been hard, growing up and just putting on different faces, and masks, and hiding who I was, my identity, who I truly was. So yeah, and so where I grew up with, we grew up in Coburg in West Auckland, as well as Rewa, South Auckland, and I was surrounded by Crip boys, a lot of Crips. I surrounded myself, I associated myself with all these Crip dudes, and I was the most stubbornest guy ever. I thought it was cool to be a Crip or be in gangs and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so back in 2010 I went to Cambodia. I went to Cambodia at the age of 17. So looking back at it now, it was like from a Crip to a missionary, right? So from a Crip background, growing up, to a missionary. I never thought that I will ever be a missionary, going on missions, So it's really opened up my eyes, to see that the world that we live in is not so great. There's people out there who are in desperate need, but we're too blinded to see. So yeah, it's funny because my cousin and I, back in 2005, we were wearing blue flags, walking around Southmore in Rewa, Southmore, and my cousin Danny and I were walking around, and walking around in our blue flags, and then this car just pulls up, and it was a car full load of Mongol Mob patch members, you know, they were all tatted up, you know, big dudes, and you know, we're just these little scrawny little dudes, you know, thinking we're cool. And then they called us over, and we're like, oh damn, you know, here goes, you know. They had their baseball bats and all that kind of stuff, and they told us to give them our flag, so we did, and they burnt our flag right there in front of us. You know, they burnt our flags to ashes, you know. So that was like an eye-opener for me, you know, saying, you know, what am I doing, you know, this ain't the life for me, you know, being a crip and being gangster and all that kind of stuff, you know, that's just being stupid, you know. So yeah, looking back at it then, and my cousin and I, Danny, back in 05 too, we hang around on Southmore, on the corners, you know, we thought we were cool, like hustling and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we hustled and we got some money and all that kind of stuff. It was funny because people actually thought that we were broke and poor, but we did it for, you know, just to be thinking we were cool, man. So yeah, no, yeah, so we got quite a lot of money. I'm not gonna say how much, but we did. And yeah, the thing that I'm sensitive about is having the heart for a woman, you know, having a real soft heart for a woman. You know, growing up with a solo mother, with my mum, it's really impacted my life to realize that, you know, there is women out there who get treated like crap, like real bad, you know. There's prostitution out there, you know, there's rape out there, you know, and there's other things out there who our women get exposed to, you know. So that's why I got a real strong and soft heart for a woman, you know. So from my story, I'm here to bring, you know, hope, you know, from a hopeless to bringing hope, from my mess to a message, from my test to a testimony, you know, from a fatherless, from having no father to a fatherless. You know, relationship with my dad and I growing up, we weren't the bestest friends, you know. It wasn't a father and son, it wasn't a father and son relationship. It was really broken, you know. The bridges were collapsed growing up, and you know, looking back at it now, my dad and I, we have a real strong relationship, and I do thank God for it, you know, at the moment. You know, he's an amazing and hardworking man, and I'm happy to say that our relationship has really molded, and it's really come back, you know, that it should be, you know, like a father and son. You know, that's what I was looking for growing up, a father figure in my life, you know. I was looking for a father to be there for me, but I was looking in the wrong places, and that's what made me to go slip off to gangs and all that kind of stuff, because I was looking for love, you know. I was looking for love, but in wrong places. So yeah, you know, growing up as a Christian, it's one of the hardest walks you can ever walk in this life, you know. People think that you're perfect and all that, or hypocrites, you know, but I'm just as human as the rest of you, you know. I'm not perfect, I'm the less perfect person out there, you know. I still make mistakes, you know, many mistakes, and still mistakes to come, you know, and I'm grateful that I am making mistakes, because I'm not, it just shows how real I am, you know. I'm not perfect, you know. I'm as real as it gets, you know. I make many mistakes, you know. So yeah, I'm not trying to put on any face like, you know, I've got it all together, which I don't, because then I'll be lying to myself. So yeah, I've never been a songwriter in my life, you know. It's funny because now I'm starting to write songs and all that kind of stuff, and when I write, it's sort of from my pain growing up. I had to find somewhere to release this pain, you know. So that's when I started getting into songwriting back in 2010, you know. I started writing at the age of 17, you know, and I didn't realize that I do have a gift in music writing, as like, you know, that I can write songs that I hope that people can relate to it, you know, that what I write, that they may be going through it. So yeah, I was never a songwriter, never wanted to be a songwriter, but I'm thankful for the gift that I've been given. You know, I do come from a musical family. And I think that's what, I guess that's where my music came from. It's my family. So yeah. I was always known for my art and my creativity, you know. Always known for my art and my creativity growing up, you know, just my art, never my music. And I'm thankful that I'm blessed with 2 talent, or maybe more talent. So yeah, from my mess to a message, from a follower to a leader, you know, here to inspire. And I hope there is someone out there who I can talk to and who I can relate to. You know, just know that I am here and that I love you heaps. So from my mess to a message, peace, love, respect.